Get a load of this right. So I got an email from this guy called Sam Reed, an 18-year-old student at Leeds, and he says, I know that lots of people start their fitness journey whilst at uni and they struggle with balancing their lifestyle, work, nutrition, nights out and so on. I was thinking that it would be great to do a video on how to best juggle all this stuff whilst also improving health and condition. I thought it would be good to share my story with other students and inspire and ultimately change students' perception on training and healthy living. Oh! Okay, Sam, okay. 18-year-old kid messaging me out of the blue, giving me YouTube ideas, trying to get on my YouTube channel. Who does he think he is? The cheek of this guy. So I replied to him, yeah, why not, mate? Let's make it happen. Budge up. Do you want to just push the door? I thought this guy was strong. There he is, he's in. Hey! Good man, how are you?
I'm very good. Yeah.
Welcome to Casa de Miguel.
I mean, what the? See, from the videos, right? I'm like, how is it all
laid out?
Yeah, because obviously I'm used to your other flat.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
the
like
white
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Whereas the videos, it suddenly switches.
This is an upgrade. So me and Sam are going to sit down and just talk about some of the struggles which you might face being a student, and we're going to try and come up with solutions as to how to fix them. First of all, the big issue which you do have if you're a student and you're in your first year, more often than not you're going to be in shared accommodation, which means you have a communal area whereby you're sharing your kitchen and cooking spaces, which is far from ideal.
Yeah, it is a bit weird because of obviously you're all trying to cook at the same time. And fridge space and freezer space, you sort of just have to get in there early and dominate, which is what I sort of did.
So you've got to make sure that you dominate the fridge. You have to be that arsehole who takes up more than one shelf.
So obviously we need to share this between like 6 of us. So we all have our own individual sort of what uni students do. This is my shelf. At the moment, I literally have just got some mixed vegetables, my 5% lean pork mince. I buy my food like when I need it rather than doing one big bulk shop sort of at the beginning of the week, mainly because it means that the stuff doesn't go off. So I basically just go through my food and then just rebuy it when I'm like walking home from the gym or coming back from uni. I buy a lot of frozen stuff, frozen veg, some corn mince here as well, which is really good, really cheap. I sort of buy my chicken in bulk. I buy it from the market. So I buy 5 kilograms of chicken breasts for £20.
You've got to make sure that you hide the goods, okay? So the foods which are of high value, which don't take any time to prepare, which can just be grabbed and eaten, which is more than likely going to be eaten by your housemates, you got to hide them. Hide them from sight, or even keep them in your room. And if it gets to the point where people are stealing your milk on a day-to-day basis, which is beyond frustrating, then it might even be worth just getting a small second-hand fridge and keeping it in your room. That way no one can have access to the highly priced milk. Do you ever have to deal with that?
So I don't have to deal with that because I don't drink dairy milk really. I just drink almond milk, and people don't really go towards that. I find that most people go to other people's, they don't come back to ours.
No, after parties at yours?
No, not really.
Sessions?
No, not at all. Like the only people, there's like 2 guys that go out on a sesh like every single day pretty much in our flat, and then their mates come back. But they all eat takeaways or pizzas, so that's fine. Like they don't really keep food in the fridge, and
they're not going to go into your fridge and be like, oh yeah, do you know what? I'm going to steal this guy's chicken and then just spend 20 minutes preparing.
No, because they can't do it.
Yeah.
They physically can't.
Most of you guys who are in first or second year of university, you're probably not going to know how to cook. Okay, if your parents did teach you, that's great. But if they didn't, you're going to have to teach yourself. And trust me, the sooner you start learning, the better it's going to be for you.
My parents taught me how to cook from a really young. They always encouraged me to like make my own food, mainly because when I wanted to start changing how I looked, my body composition and stuff, I realised that obviously it was very much nutrition based, and the best way to manage your nutrition is to see what is going into your food. And obviously if you're making your own food, you're going to be able to be in the most optimum place to do that. Supplements
are going to be beneficial for you guys, but obviously you don't have a huge amount of money to play with, so you don't want to be spending a load of money on supplements which aren't really going to be that effective for you. Always be prioritizing healthy food, okay? But the supplements I do recommend will be the protein powders and the creatine. When it comes to buying supplements, I would recommend that you guys wait for a sale to pop up, okay? Or use discount codes, e.g. Thurston, at bulkpowders.co.uk or .com, wherever you are based, you'll be able to get it shipped to you.
We have the supplements, so bulk powders is basically where I buy most of my stuff. Really good value for money. I'm not saying that, I'm not sponsored, I know Mike you are, but honestly really good products.
Fruit, nut and seed mix.
More
Macro Munch protein bar. These are goji berries. I heard good things about that. Chocolate protein bites. Dried cranberries. More chocolate protein bags and more vegan protein. So when I actually placed this order, I don't know if you can tell, but I had the munchies at the time. Alcohol. Okay, alcohol. That's a tough one, okay, I'm not going to lie. I did quite a bit of drinking at university. I'm not going to put my hand up and say I was an absolute saint, because I wasn't. But you need to understand that in first, second year, third year of university, there's going to be a lot of going out, there's going to be a lot of socializing, and with that comes a lot of drinking. Okay, you may not be a drinker, that's cool, but if you're a student, that's usually probably the time of your life where you're going to drink the most. So my advice, I'm not going to tell you guys to cut it out completely, but you know, try your best to limit it. And if you do go out, you put a cap on it, try not to get absolutely shit-faced beyond belief. The more alcohol you drink, the more detrimental it's going to be to your body, your physique, and your progress. So you can't sit there and complain about the lack of progress if you're going out and getting absolutely blitzed every other night.
And I need you, and I miss you. Wait, fuck.
The thing is, like, I try not to get absolutely pissed. If I'm going out and I want to keep progressing, being in optimum health. If I go on a night out and get absolutely pissed, and then the next day I feel groggy and hungover, and I'm not going to be able to perform as well in the gym. And I've taught myself how to have a good time without having to do, like, I went through a phase of smashing everything under the sun and drinking and all that stuff, and I'm sort of just over it now. Like, I like how
That's good you got out of your system.
Yeah, exactly. It was sort of like just a year and a half of just concentrated period of doing all that.
And that was when you were at school?
Yeah, like 16, 17.
Obviously, you guys are not going to have all the money in the world to spend on personal trainers and online coaches and so on. However, there's a hell of a lot of free information out there, a lot more than when I was a student. So put some time aside and do some learning, watch videos, listen to podcasts and so on. The more you learn, the more you are going to get out of it, okay? And I do recommend at some point that you do actually invest in a program which works. Hint, hint, my program. And since I'm a nice guy, I will give you guys a discount code exclusively for this video, Thirst10, which will give you 10% off any order which you place within my website.
So what I decided to do was just start from the basics and work and just trial and error everything. Just start with form.
Did you watch videos, or did you feel it out for yourself?
So a mix of both. Mainly, I'm just a massive consumer of YouTube and media, and I learned so much from audio and visual stuff that just sticks with me. I think that's why I'm a musician, and that art sort of creativity is more how I learn.
With your strict budget, which you will have, your student loan, whatever it might be, you're obviously going to have to be sensible with your food shop. I've done a video on this, how you can do a £47 a week budget food shop. You don't have to do it exactly the way I've set it out for you, but a load of good tips on there, which is going to help you to keep your prices low. Go to the market, get meat in bulk, buy frozen veg, buy frozen foods, which is going to last. Okay, get your vegetables and whatever from cheaper places such as Aldi. I don't know what you guys have in America, but in the UK, Aldi and Lidl are the places to go for students for sure.
I don't really get a student loan like some people do, where they get their student loan and that's like their food, that's their, yeah. So I don't do that. So with my accommodation, all my student loan that gets paid in, whatever it is, every 4 months or whatever, I send that straight to my parents. So that goes to my accommodation. And so my student loan my maintenance loan just covers my accommodation, that's it. So everything else I basically get from my parents. My parents give me £50 a week for food.
It may not be as important at this point in time when you're at university, but as you grow older, you need to be aware of the fact that the people who you surround yourself with are going to have a huge impact on your life. So if you want to progress in terms of your career, relationships, your physique, if you are surrounded by the right people who are going to support that and assist you with you reaching your goals, your life is going to be a hell of a lot easier.
I didn't have that many friends in sixth form or secondary school, mainly because I was just like this fat kid, annoying kid. And it didn't really fit in with the social media, like having mates and showing off and going out drinking and all that stuff. So I wasn't really hanging around people. I'm also a twin, so I think that the dynamic was different there, because I never really had to have someone with me all the time because I had him. What that meant was I sort of had this inward motivation, self-motivation to prove everyone wrong. So I wanted to go to the gym and I wanted to just be in this place where no one could see me, or I just shut everyone out and I could just work on myself. When I went through that stage of not having many friends, learn how to live, like to sustain myself on my own and to be content with my own company.
That's what's been almost like a blessing for you, because you haven't had friends which aren't going to be the best people to hang around with. So they say you're like the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if those 5 people are heavy party goers who smoke and drink and don't train and eat shit, you're going to find it very hard to.
I even find being
stay
friends
away
with.
from
I even find being friends. Like I struggle to even surround myself with people like that anymore. Just, and I know I shouldn't, because of like they're people who, like, we should love everyone. I think, no matter what they do. Or
Well, you can still be friends with them, but you just have to. You limit how much time you spend with
or
them.
how much they influence you.
Okay, so we're outside Duo Chelsea. We're going to get a back and shoulder session in.
I always find this one just nicely warms up my shoulders. Too many times in the past I'd be like, I just walk into the gym and start busting out pull-ups. And one time I've done that, I've really screwed my shoulder up, so it may even be worth doing something like this and then doing some lat pull downs on a lighter weight. And then just hang for a bit, maybe do a few negatives and then go to the working set. There's nothing worse when you take a pre-workout and then you get delayed, or you get stuck in traffic, or you wait and you train your partner and you're like, where the hell is he?
Do you need a pre-workout?
I usually have 2 coffees a day, and that'll usually wake me up. But I'm a slow riser, so if I wake up first thing, I can't do anything for the first hour of the day pretty much. I have to like just realise what the hell's going on, and then after I've had 1 coffee, then I'm awake. After the second coffee, I'm like, after the third one, if I do have a third one, then that's when I'm like, hey, no more coffee.
I literally can just pull
a hook?
straight from.
It's like a hook.
It's a hook. Also, they're good for if you're doing like if you're doing leg raises, they're ideal, because then you don't need if you don't have the arm
Straps,
support
yeah.
straps, you can use these because your hands are just locked and you can just hang from your wrists a little bit. Yeah, you got more forearm. You got more grip.
Do you ever do standing barbell press?
I don't do standing, but I guess that's good for core activation. But
Yeah, well, I want to do it because I haven't done it for a while. Not with the heater on.
one more.
Bang.
Nice.
Supported position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's like throwing a punch.
Yeah.
If you're doing an overhead press, a powerful one,
Beat up.
everything needs to
Straight
be in
there.
line.
Yeah. Same as
You
if
can't
you're doing
afford to be
bench
like that.
press as well.
Yeah. You only have 1 rest day, aren't you? So this
Yeah.
is quite a lot. You got Monday legs, Tuesday back, biceps and abs, Wednesday chest, shoulders, triceps, Thursday legs again,
I do. Yeah.
Friday back and
It's
so
just
on,
the same
Saturday
thing.
chest and so on.
Yeah.
So Sunday is really your rest day.
Yeah.
Now, this would be my advice to you. On that third or on the 4th or 5th day, I'll probably take a rest day or do something lighter, because I can't imagine that leg day as the 4th consecutive day of training is going to be anywhere near as good as that leg day as the Monday. Like your ability to put in 100% intensity. And I would say, definitely at this stage, That's quite a lot of volume. It's
Yeah.
definitely not necessary for you to get to where you want to go. So if you do feel like you're stressing out, you're like, oh my god, I feel like I'm always at the gym, you could definitely afford to have 2 rest days or do something which isn't going to take up as much time. But it's good you're training legs, you're doing 2 leg sessions a week.
Yeah, I love
which is
training legs. It's
something
one of my
which
favourite days.
I
I know
not do
you
that.
say you didn't train legs for ages. Yeah, and I think the main thing for me is I just love the gym as a therapeutic thing. Having that time just to work on yourself. And I try and burn 1,000 calories per session. I use my Apple Watch to count my calories.
Okay.
Which isn't obviously as accurate.
Are you able to do that on an upper body day?
So I do that every single workout.
Nice.
And
how long are you in the gym
that
for?
dictates how long I'm in the gym for.
Okay.
And so on average, I'm in the gym from, I'd say, like 1 hour 45 to 2 hours, which isn't very sustainable for most people, I don't think.
Yeah, that's
For me, I've been doing that for 6 months consistently. And I will have like, if I'm doing something like going away, like on holiday or having a week off somewhere, that would be like my nice sort of like deload sort of rest, and then I'll sort of like build myself back up again.
Finished. That was probably low volume for you, was it? He's not going to be able to sleep tonight because he hasn't burnt 1,000 calories.
No, I walked.
So he's gonna go.
No, I did my walk.
His technique's very good for an 18-year-old. I think there's only just a few minor things like wrist positioning with the press, and then working on lateral raises. Yeah. But man is going to be a monster in a couple of years' time, mark my words.
I've got to hand it to Sam, I'm very impressed. For an 18-year-old, he seems very switched on. I compare myself to when I was 18 to him, and I just didn't have a clue. I was a complete idiot. So if he keeps up with this work ethic, this mindset, and he continues to grow, not only mentally but physically, he's going to be an absolute beast. He'll be unstoppable. So I'm very, very impressed. In terms of what I would recommend for him, with his nutrition and his training, okay, if we just have a look at his training split, which I've put up on the screen, you'll see he only has 1 rest day, okay? He does not need to be training so frequently to see results, okay? He may want to, he may feel like it's something he needs to do, but he needs to get out of his head. It's not required. The volume is too much. And as he's mentioned before, he does not go to the gym with a program, which he should do. He goes to the gym with the mindset of killing the session, which is a good thing, but his goal is to burn 1,000 calories. He needs to switch that goal up, okay? Instead of burning 1,000 calories, he needs to think about executing a specific program to his very best ability and making sure that he has improved upon his previous week's efforts or intensity or weights lifted. That's one of the best ways for him to track progress, okay? If he continues to do what he's doing now, he's not going to change. And it's more than likely he's just going to burn out very quickly. He's young at the moment, he's 18. He's not exactly living the most hectic of lifestyles, so he can kind of get away with doing this outrageous volume. But like I said, it's going to work against him. He's going to go past the point of optimal returns. He's going to be seeing diminishing returns. The pump is going to suffer. He's going to be tired. Okay, he's just going to feel as though his strength isn't improving. I've seen it before. I've been there. I was at a point where I was like going to the gym 7 days in a row because I thought that was the right thing to do. I thought more was better, but it is definitely not the case. When it comes to his nutrition, I'm going to put it up on the screen. You can see the types of foods which he's eating. They're good. Okay, they're pretty good for a student considering he's on a limited budget and he's 18 years old. It's a hell of a lot better than what I was eating at 18 years old, so I'll tell you that. Obviously, if we look at his macros, they could do with improving. There's no need for him to be eating that much protein, okay? It should realistically, given his weight, around 80 kilos, be around 170, 180 grams of protein. That will be more than enough. The rest can come from carbs and fats. He'll probably find it'll be cheaper to get those calories from carbs and fats as well. You got to think at the moment as well, he's going to the gym 6 times per week and he's training for 2 hours and he's burning 1,000 calories in each session. I would definitely say that he needs to increase his overall calorie intake, but for now, he doesn't need to do that. For now, he just needs to focus on burning less, okay? So going to the gym and spending less time there, burning fewer calories there. Naturally, if he does that, he will start to gain weight, okay? Because he's burning less calories, which means he's going to allow himself to be in a bit of a surplus. But when he gets to the point where he then struggles to gain further weight, it will have to change. He will have to increase his calorie intake, but ever so slightly, maybe an extra 100, 200 calories per day in the form of carbs or fats, because his protein is going to be all right still. And then just gradually taper it up based on how he is progressing. And then if he does do a mini cut, obviously his weight may stay the same, it may go down a little bit. But generally, if you want to look at the whole year, or if you want to look at university over a 3-year period, you want to be gaining weight for the majority of the time with little mini cuts in between. That's what I did. If you stay the same weight throughout the entire university period, you're not going to look a whole lot different unless you were pretty fat to begin with, okay? So don't get caught up in trying to like bulk and cut, like, oh God, I'm getting fat, I'm going to cut. Oh no, I'm not big enough, so I'm going to bulk. If you keep bouncing between the two, you're not going to go anywhere, okay? The majority of the time you should be growing. You have a lot of growing to do. You are 18 years old, 19 years old, late teens. You're not going to be fully developed at this point. If you want to get fully developed, you need to be eating enough to allow it to happen. So my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have catered this towards a lot of the university students out there, the college students who may have, you know, quite a few difficulties and obstacles to overcome, but it can be done. Okay, it can be done. Some of you guys are going to have it easier than others. You know, you may come from a wealthy family, you might have quite a bit of money, you might be staying in like posh places with unlimited money for food, and that's great. But others, you know, you might be doing all of this on your own without any assistance from parents. And you know, I feel for you guys, I respect that, but there's still a way to get around it. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you, Sam, for coming down and helping me out with this video. Much appreciated. Go check him out on Instagram if you want to stare at his pictures, because he's going to be getting absolutely massive over the next year. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Maybe his soon. Who knows? See you guys soon. Bye.